Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. It's not easy, so keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity to fight.
Appreciate you so much for everything you've done, bro. Everything you've done. I appreciate it. Because they don't know. This is a tough business that they're in, you know what I'm saying? Iron sharper than iron. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
You speak as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
I remember childhood without any friends. Just me and my imagination. So I made up my own friend. Crim's my best bud. I don't know what I'd do without him. But there's some things we should keep locked away. Not the imaginary friends, but the imaginary fiends. Crim, where are you?
What is up, all of you fantastic people? Welcome, man. It has been a minute since I have streamed. I've been working like crazy. Oh, thank God. Eric Weathers is here. Good to see you, Eric Weathers. Much love, brother. So let me say hello to my channel members and everybody here in the chat. Let's see who we've got here. First up, I think we have channel member Cranberry Langers. Cranberry Langers, thank you for your support. It is great to have you in the house, brother, and have a good evening, my friend. We've got Sheeple Hunter in the house. Hail to Sheeple Hunter, and it is great to see you. Joe Mello, my main man, my can of spam. It's all about money. Joe Mello, it is great to see you, brother. I hope you are doing well. We have got channel member Shitbird Militia in the house. Hello, Shitbird Militia. Thank you for your support, man. I really appreciate it. I have been working on tons of crazy things for you guys. Tons and tons of crazy things. We got to take it to them, man. The Art and Times of Jay Ryan's in the house. It is great to see you, The Art and Times of Jay Ryan. Very, very happy to see you here, brother. We have got, let's see here, Aldous on the farm, channel member, just off Orwell Lane. My brother in Pulp, it is great to see you, my friend. I hope you are having a good one. I've been flipping through the Steranko exhibition catalog that Phil sent me, man. At some point, we're going to have to catch up and talk about that, brother. Let's see who else we've got here. We've got Mighty Geek Studios in the house. What is new? What's new with you, brother? Tons of new stuff. We're going to be talking about a lot. We're going to be talking about art, as we often do. We're going to just get some positivity going. That's what it's all about here, guys. That is what it's all about. Let's see who else. We've got channel member Michael Bancroft, who might have a particular interest in this stream. So I'm going to be doing some sketching, trying to figure out this painting. Which is great because it's been a couple of weeks of crazy, crazy work up in this house, this Waffle Lodge. Metal movies and brewskis. Ale, chat. Ale to you, my brother. Much ale sent to you. That is what we do. We've got Jeremy Burt's channel member, Rockstar, all around awesome dude. Jeremy, it is great to have you. I will tell you this. I have had great experiences with Jeremy's in Comicsgate. We have some of the finest Jeremys, frankly, in the world in this outfit. Let me tell you. And it is great to have you here. We've got Awesome One. Yes, indeed. It's a late night, John. Awesome One. It's great to see you. Let us see if I've missed anybody else. Eric Weathers, of course, is here. My main man. I love seeing it. The Professor, Antoine Dennison. Looking good, Shanth. Channel member, Antoine Dennison. You're looking good, my friend. That's what I have to say about that. Let's see who else. Shanth, would you teach comic book art? Well, I have in the past. I don't know what I would bring to the table, man. As far as that goes, there's so many great comic teachers, but I'd love to talk about it. I mean, I'm always up for any questions people have. And so, hail to you, Mighty Geek Studios. My goodness. Stephen Rockwood, I love seeing you, and thank you for being a member for 6 months. My first member, we are at 500. I can't believe it. 61 backers. It is amazing, guys. It's amazing, and the book is dynamite. I mean, I've been scripting on it all day. I've been working on a portrait painting that someone's commissioned me to do. I can't show it, unfortunately, because it's a surprise, and there's a chance that the person could see it. And so I can't talk about that, but I've been working on that. I've been working on some animation when I'm not scripting, as you guys are seeing. I've got some ideas, as they say. And I've got a couple of different commission things going that people are interested in doing, but the main thing has just been Nosfero, tightening up Nosfero with the script and the layout. And this is my third book, so this is my favorite phase of it. It's a really great time. We have got Arthur Line in the house. How are you doing, my friend? It is great to see you. I hope you are doing very well. Oh wow, that hourglass is getting some detail. You ain't kidding, Awesome One. It is going to be a blast. Finally caught a stream. I know. I may be going back to late nights. I've been fighting it, but you know how it is, man. You know how it is. Everybody saying hello, hello, hello. Antoine Dennison, holy crap, I haven't seen you in ages. And yes, I have played God of War on a casual second playthrough. Oh, and wait, General Piggy had a members chat here I want to make sure I say. Celebrating 6 months, another one of my first members and one of my big supporters here on the channel. General Piggy, thank you so much. It says 6 months of membership. Waffle time is here again. I'm going to be playing that waffle intro because I miss it. I don't know if I'm going to be getting copyright claims or whatever, for that silly thing. But even if I do, it's us, guys. It's the start of all of this, man. And it feels really, really good, man. It feels really good to just be at this phase of Nosfero because I'm telling you guys, it is such a battle to do all of this stuff. I know you guys know this, but let's see here. Make sure I got everybody here in the chat. Yeah, I definitely am feeling that, Mighty Geek Studios. But I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing more people do this kind of stuff, because right now it would be neat. It would be neat. Bob Ross is still streaming from heaven. Yes, he is. I have no doubt he's in heaven, and he's no doubt surrounded by all of his favorite critters, because he said it helps to have critters in your life. Where are the boobs? Man, I've got you covered. Stephen Rockwood, my brother, I have got you covered. Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that he's still on YouTube, and a lot of people are probably being exposed to him. You know, you can't fake that kind of positivity. But I was telling Michael, one of the things that I've been doing while I've been working on this stage of Nosfero and doing my sketches. Let me just zoom out so you guys can see this. This is a sketch for a painting for Michael of the Lucent. Eric Weathers, I would love for you to do a painted comic, just so I'm absolutely clear about that. I would absolutely love that. There is a 24/7 Bob Ross channel on Tubi. My God, sign me up. Oh my goodness, Joe Mello with a super chat coming here. God bless everyone. It's raining, so I don't have to water my garden. That is God's way of watering your garden, and I will tell you this, my friend. God bless you, Joe Mello. Much love, and I am going to have to send a cheerleader your way, because that's how we do things here. This gal is for you, Joe Mello. You guys are making it rain already. Charge! Thank you, Joe. You are a gentleman and a scholar. And let me say this too, guys. Let's talk about this a little bit here, because I see a lot of people saying that they want to paint, and I have to say this is that there's a lot of things that I think that we can put off sometimes, and I had put off wanting to actually play the violin for fun and learn how to play it and take some lessons. And a couple of years ago, I met a great teacher. This may shock you, Jeremy Burtz. His name was Jeremy, because I have incredible luck with Jeremys. Michaels and Jeremys I've had unbelievable luck with in my life. And the thing about it that was so interesting is that just doing that and getting back over to it, whenever I'm got to think about something or whatever, I just go over to my violin and I play, and it's the best. And I really want you guys to be thinking about this stuff. That don't ever think it's too late to make your artwork. When I play the violin, it's not so I can make money off of it. When I start doing these things, there's all these different categories of creativity. The same thing goes with animation, guys. You'll see me. I never stop doing that stuff, which brings me to one of the things I was saying about this documentary on Hergé, Tintin's creator. There's two documentaries that everybody should watch. One is Osamu Tezuka, God of Manga, and the other one is Tintin et Moi, a documentary from, I think, like maybe 2008 or something like that. It might be even sooner than that, on Hergé. And not only does it have some breathtaking 2.5D in it, but you really get an understanding when you watch those two documentaries that comic book creators, sequential art creators, if you want to kind of broaden it, they're not all one type of person. And Hergé's work were works of genius that have made it all the way around the world and have inspired people from everywhere. And Osamu Tezuka's work is the same way. Jack Kirby's work is the same way. And there's just so many different ways to approach this stuff. And as Eric July would say, the pie is not fixed. And so I've always thought that the first thing about making art, much like, exercise or anything you do, or going and getting a nice meal, is what it brings to you. If you want to turn it into a career and do something with it, it's going to turn into work, like everything that is work does. But that is a really strange burden to require of the things that you do. I haven't made $1 raising my kids, but it's the best thing I've done. Like, it's my favorite thing in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, a super chat from General Piggy. My God. Super chat $4.99 from General Piggy. Did you say you were going to do a sketch for the first 100 backers? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've got that written down somewhere. There's going to be some fun stuff done, guys. I think there was it the index card for the people who did the early sign up, I think? So I'm pretty sure. And yeah, and let me send you a cheerleader for that super chat. General Piggy, thank you for that super chat. You guys keep the lights on. Oh, funny story about this. So before I play the cheerleaders, my wife said to me, that she goes, "Holy cow, we just got, some money from Google because of all of you amazing channel members, and thank you guys who are channel members and keep re-upping, being channel members." She was like, "Oh my gosh," and she was just so excited, and I said, "Yeah, the stuff we do here, we're working, and these guys want to support us. They want to help us do this," and she was really grateful, guys. She was really grateful for the super chats, the channel memberships. It makes a huge difference in what we do. So thank you, General Piggy. This is for you. Charge! There you go. So yeah, we're going to be having some fun with some sketches and things like that. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be doing more of that kind of stuff because, again, that's the fun bit that happens. Take a look at the documentary Pulp Fiction, The Golden Age of Storytelling. I will, Mighty Geek Studios. And thank you again, guys, for the super chats. Joe Mello and General Piggy, that's outstanding. Yeah, nice. I was backer number 2. Yeah, you're going to be taken care of, General Piggy. Rest assured, you will be taken care of. The painting style of that art looks reminiscent of Juan Jimenez. My God, that's a hell of a compliment there. Yeah, I love it all. My whole bookshelf over there I have a whole section of my bookshelf dedicated to Tintin and Hergé's work. It's like a whole section of it, and it might even be spilling over into another section there. I've got the large editions of Nausicaa. I've got Berserk. I've got Dean Cornwell, The Art of Prince of Egypt, The Art of Shin Godzilla, James Bama, H.P. Lovecraft annotated, Mobius collection, everything. I've got so many books over there, and I love that. It's one of my favorite things about doing what we do. And so, as I'm looking at this piece, one of the things I've been working on, and one of the things I want to do with regards to Ella in this piece, is that's the side of this painting I'm having the most trouble with, is the Ella bit, because I want to do something here that is modern, but kind of, and it's always the way it is. I want it to be something that's modern and that also mirrors what I've got going on the other half of this painting. And it's interesting because that sort of stuff just kind of comes to you when you're working. Let me get a little closer here just so you guys can see it better, because I know I'm working very, very small on this. Very, very small. There we go. And you know what's interesting to me is, and I get it, and it's a wonderful, to me, it's a wonderful blessing to be able to do this for artists I respect and for friends of mine and things like that. When you get commissions like this, I was telling the person that I am doing the Mother's Day commission for, that when my friends and people commission me for artwork, it's more than just a job to me. I really try to bring something to it, and it's the same way with the comic book and the things that I do for my backers. So it's got to be something that's great. That's the thing for me. Look at this Mad Lad sketching with that paintbrush. I love doing that. Hey, John, it's great to see you. What? Chicken butt. That's right. Hello, all. John, it is fantastic to see you, my brother. Let me see. I'm a weird weeb. I'm watching anime, but don't care about cosplay or talking about it. There you go. Let me see. Eric Weathers is laughing. Ugh, weebs. Yeah. Oh, hey, guys. So, let me talk about Amen for Weebs. That's right. Japan has a lot to offer. Weebery is a gift. The painting style, Juan Jimenez. I have an awful painting of mine on the wall, but it's mine. Hey, listen, man. That is... I don't understand. It's funny. My wife is a teacher, so she's always trying to get people... get students excited about artwork, and it's one of the most magical things, because when people connect with art, it becomes a connection they have for the rest of their life. And when I was sitting around and I was thinking about what do I want to do on this channel with Paulcaster, and it's still early in its phase of me exploring animation, I ordered this because I remembered seeing this and thinking, that's so impossible, but the shorts of this I always loved. Any of you remember this? Any of you remember Aeon Flux? I want to do a Pulp fun type thing with this. That's what I really want to do. And what is up, my man, Lloyd Burton in the house, channel member? It is great to see you, brother. How are you doing? Hello, Lloyd Burton. Yeah, you are forgiven for that hard times, Jay Ryan. The last Galactus story by Byrne is a thing of absolute beauty. There you go. Comic True Blue, man. There you go. Yes, indeed. Eric Canetti worked on that, didn't he? I don't know if he did, Eric Weathers, but it wouldn't shock me. I mean, he's amazing. Let's see here. Hello, hello. Everybody saying hello. Yo, John, did Rini end the stream? I don't know if she ended the stream. I have that Aeon Flux set. Yep, I had it, lost it. I lost the main disc I love, which is the shorts disc. And I was so annoyed by that. I love the Max, big inspiration, and I have the VHS. Yeah, I loved that show too. Love the comic. I would love to buy that art edition they put out. It looks incredible. Yes, MTV Oddities. Right on, right on. Hey, John. Everybody saying hello, hello. But, I mean, my friend, funny enough, who's an animator, the groomsman, was talking to me, and he said, you know, I go, man, let me just say, shout out to the groomsman. Guys, take care of yourselves. The groomsman had a nasty spill down the stairs while carrying one of his pets, and broke a rib. So I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. But he broke a rib, and I said he is a lucky man with a fall like that he's doing all right. But that was no joke. But I said to him, I just reordered the Aeon Flux DVDs from way back, and he laughed. He goes, I just got the album with the art of in it that they just released, which I love, man, and it's great stuff. But yeah, scary stuff, man. I told him, I said, brother, we lose people that way, so please, for the love of God, be careful. And we were texting, and I just thanked God right in that moment. I was like, dude, I'm thanking God that you're okay right now, brother. But yeah, we got married. He got married right after me, and started a family right after me, so our kids are about the same age, and he was a groomsman at my wedding, so I love that kid. Don't know what I'd do without him, man. So I've got a bunch of friends like that where I just think, oh man. So yeah, it's it's the funny thing, man. It's the funny thing about getting older. But you guys know, what is up, Jeremy Ice and Fire? Speaking of all the Jeremys I love in this space, man, all the good Jeremys in my life, man. Like, yeah, damn, broken ribs suck. Yeah, he's like, I said to him, I go, dude, do you want to talk to me on the phone? He's like, man, if I start talking to you on the phone, you're gonna get me laughing, and that's the worst idea in the world, man. Yeah, Aeon Flux used to creep me out. Behold, yes, exactly. But I really loved those shorts. I thought the shorts in that were amazing. Much love, brother, as always. Yes, indeed. And hail, and right on, Arthur Line. Wait, right on. Yeah, I gotta say this, man. I want us to be talking about in the Iron Age space and in Comicsgate. I want it to be all about possibilities. And that's why I started messing around with animation. And for people going, why are you messing around with animation? I've been doing intros for people's shows like crazy since I came on the scene. And I said, you know, wait a minute, why don't I just start really messing around with animation and see what I can do? And again, guys, it's the one thing we've never had before was the ability to put this stuff out there. And now we do. And so I was looking at Ub Iwerks, who's a hero of mine, the guy who animated by himself Steamboat Willie. Or did the pencil animation for it, and then it was inked, and I think he did it in like a ridiculously fast amount of time. But I was looking at his Flip the Frog stuff, and I wanted to have a scene where play around with 2.5D, which I was inspired to do by that Tintin et Moi documentary, but where you go in through a keyhole, and unlike the Ub Iwerks one, where she grabs a pin and pokes the guy in the eye, which is pretty violent. My version, she's going to grab a Tommy gun. So so that's what I'm looking forward to doing, man. It's the way it is, yeah. The animation is looking good, Shanth. Really solid. Tim inspires. Oh, thank you so much, man. I got to keep working. I am using Photoshop and iMovie. Yes. Oh, no, the groomsmen get better soon. Yeah. Mwah. We're wishing love to the groomsmen. That dude and I have been friends since freshman year of college, man. Yeah, I had a friend who had the top of the tree fall on him. Oh my God, it fell in such a way it bounced off him instead of crushing him. Thank God. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I tell you what, I actually got on my friend because just before this happened, the groomsman sent me a text, and I said, hey, how are things going? And just to describe how exhausted he was at work, he said, I'm dying. And I went, what? And he's like, no, I mean, like, work. And I was like, dude, do not. We are not at the age where that joke is cool anymore, man. No, sir. I was like, don't you do that to me, man. I can't have that right now. Jeez Louise, man. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I really care about my friends, and I wanted to be all right. What's up, Glacier Mountain Comments? It is great to see you. Hello to you, my friend, and I hope you're doing well. And so, last night it was funny. Tammy A, shout out to channel member Tammy A. I was posting animation, and I've just been work. And Tammy A was like, you haven't streamed in a while. And I was like, I know, man. I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks. And I decided, I was like, all right, we got to just force ourselves to get off the schedule. And so I went on Ethan's stream for a little bit, where I had not seen, I didn't even realize exactly what they were talking about, but I had not seen a certain video that started off the stream. And then Rini was kind enough to invite me onto the art stream, which was a lot of fun. So I was working on this, and I was painting. This is the thing about this piece for me, Michael. If you're still in the chat, I need to get. All right, let me flip this one over so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So I'm playing around with the imagery of the throne and the fire here, and I kind of evolve my sketches, but I'm also playing around with the idea of, the cloak and them reaching up to each other in a sense, if you guys know what I mean. And the thing about that is that I've got these staircases, and I've got these these skeletons coming up and reaching towards him as he goes away, almost sort of like a symbol for mortality, and him sort of transcending mortality with the stairs that are going either up or down. And I want to get that quality to the Ella section of this, and that's the crazy. KSSS, how are you doing? Happy birthday, my friend. It is great to see you. I hope you are doing well. And always a gentleman. Always remembers everybody's birthday. You got to be real about it, You got to be real about it. And God bless you. And 20 people, guys, thank you so much. Please hit the like. It does help this algorithm from hell. And I don't think people realize how much engagement. I mean, I guess maybe you guys do, because you've been in the space for a while. You know what we're working against here. But engagement is what gets YouTube to not bury what you're doing. And in this space, the thing we have going for us that other people don't have going for them in other places is, a motivated fan base. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys are highly motivated. And that's what it's about, man. I see what you mean. You're nailing the Utnapish. I cannot pronounce anything. My grandfather's name, on my Indian side, was Subramanyam, and for some reason, Utnapishtim is so hard for me to pronounce. Though I have full faith in you. Yes, don't worry, Michael. I will get it there come hell or high water, because, as I said earlier, when I do work for my friends, and that's frankly who I... Lord Ravener knows when I sent him that painting, I packaged it like I was sending one of my children in the mail. But it's one of those things that it's all about putting your soul into it. And it was the same thing with Jeremy of Zaid Studios when I did the Beckoned RECOURSE cover. And I knew that Michael wanted me to do something that was very lyrical, but then I also wanted it to be very Michael, and playing around with reality and playing around with what things, the nature of time, the nature of reality, the connection between the old stories, the new stories, the repetition. I mean, there's just so many beautiful things in the Lucent. It's absolutely amazing. Don't forget my birthday 6 months from now. We won't. How's your father? And it is great to see you. Can't wait to see that shadow piece in person. All this, I can't wait to mail that to you. I'm gonna mail it I'm gonna package that thing in, man. Those skeletons are brilliant. I see him sitting on his throne. Love it. Oh, thank you, Michael. I'm so glad. Yeah, I just keep deep diving into it. And that's how a lot of these paintings come together. And that's really what it is. Let's see here. Michael, did you have to did you commission this without Mel B knowing? His birthday was yesterday. There you go. The Nature of Things with David Suzuki. There you go. Let's see here. John Mel's on vacation. Let's not bother her with that. I know what you mean, man. Yeah, we don't want to bother our ladies too much, man. I remember they made this life-size version of the Todd McFarlane black and white statue that DC directed, and they auctioned it off. And they were talking to Todd about it, and they go, "Yeah, did you hear this was auctioned off?" And Todd goes, in his Todd voice, he was like, you gotta wonder, like, did the guy check with his wife first? I mean, is she just gonna come home and this is gonna be in the living room? I freaking love it, man. Oh my god. It's because I thought, like, what are you gonna do, man? Your wife comes home and you've got a 9-foot tall Todd McFarlane Batman statue. I mean, if she's a classy lady, she's gonna go, beautiful, right? Don't you think? I mean, come on. That's how it's gotta be. You know, and there's this aspect of, well, here's an idea. Yeah, oh man, it's tricky. I'm just gonna have to kind of play around a little bit. That's what that's gonna be. There's this aspect of, and I'm just gonna kind of make some shapes here. This, I swear, you turn into Bob Ross the more you do this stuff, guys. I mean, it is, it's so funny, man. I'm always kind of amazed that I'm painting in front of you guys and that we do this. And, you know, it's like when things go haywire with, you know, just life and things like that, you know, like getting, you know, everybody's kind of getting to the end of the school year. So my kids are about to head into their senior year of high school, and my wife is trying to get all of her seniors and all of their AP work taken care of and everything like that. So there's always just a ton of stuff going on. But it still amazes me, and I'm incredibly grateful that you guys show up for these streams and that we get to share this kind of wonderful thing that's a part of the human experience, you know, called art. That is just and I mean art T-Bear, of course, but also visual art. And that's just, to me, that's just kind of an amazing thing. And I guess that's what my wife was saying. She goes, I can't believe that these folks in this space, I think I said this on Rainy Stream last night too, are so supportive of something like that is original artwork that is being hand done and handcrafted, because it's incredibly meticulous, time-consuming work to do. And you guys that have been sort of ride or die since the beginning, I mean, ain't no sort of about it in a sense. You guys are, I can't tell you what it means to us when we see any kind of you know, financial support come in for this stuff. You guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. Let me see here. I'd buy a 9-foot tall. Yes, I would too, man. You and I would both buy the life-size Ninja Turtles from the movie statues. I know. It's what it is. Worth it. Spoil me. I'm going to send you some more pages that might help you, Shanth. More super secret paint. I want it. I want to see it. I love that stuff. I was showing Lauren the other stuff, and she was like, this is so cool. So you got 2 fans in this household. Yeah. Here's some happy skeletons. Aldous knows what I'm talking about, man. That's right. Thanks, Mrs. Shanth. Yeah, seriously, loves you guys, man. She really does. Like, we had a freaking shower, you know, knob stem break off in the shower. We were dealing with plumber. Like, it's just been a crazy couple of weeks and things like that. We're just trying to get it done, man. It's like, you know how it is. I don't have to tell you guys. You guys know, man. Yeah, a 9-foot statue of Todd McFarlane. Yeah, that's what I would have. I would want it to talk, though. I'd want it to talk. Yeah, there you go, man. And thank you for dropping the link to Nosfero the Crypt Walker. Much appreciation. And you know what's funny, too, is it's kind of nice to have artist brothers, you know, and to have people who are not only big fans of the entertainment, but people who are connoisseurs of art. I mean, art doesn't really... art, videos, entertainment, all of this stuff can't exist without people who are passionate about it and want to buy it. And it's amazing that you guys are here, and it's amazing that the book is where it's at right now. And when I'm looking at these pages as I scan them in and as I'm cleaning stuff up, I mean, I'll tell you, there's nothing more satisfying than flipping through a book in InDesign after this long working on it. I mean, it is just everything, man. Yeah, broken knob sounds kinky, yeah. Yeah, did Phil break your shower? Wow, yeah, he did. He just came over, man. He just came over and did it. We had a shower. Are you giving shower reports now, too? No, I can't. I can't do it. Yeah, I can't give shower reports. Yeah. Let's see here. I always liked right at the end when the painting looked finished, Bob Ross would then add another tree. You're absolutely right, in the foreground. and you'd always thought he was going to ruin it, but he never did. Yeah, I mean, it was just the bravery test. I love it, man. Yeah, it's contagion. It's contagion. Oh my Lord. Well, it's funny too, because I talk a lot about, Bob Ross is meta, awesome one. But I talk a lot about that whole thing where it's like, you're just trying to create something that speaks to an audience. And to me, the wildest thing about what we do in this space is that we basically have to survive on our own skills and our own creativity. We don't have characters with massive histories and massive backstories to trade on. We can't do that. We have to make this stuff up as we go. And looking at Nosfero and this fully realized world, I'm glad that I've done the technical work to try to the best of my ability to create an immaculate reality that people can just sort of fall into and really enjoy it. And that's what I was saying to Michael the other day, and I frequently say to him, which is, when I look at the work of Georges Remy, of Hergé, one of the things about it that I really like is just his sense of an immaculate reality. And I used to do something, I did some fun stuff when my kids were little. I would send them packages and say that, order them stuff from the Tintin boutique, send them packages and say they were from Tintin. And one year for Christmas, I did a master copy of the Archibald Haddock painting from The Secret of the Unicorn. And I wrapped it up, looked like it had been all over the world with little stickers and stamps on it, and sent it to them and said, "This is from Tintin." And they opened it up and they were like, "It's the painting." It was so cute. And it wasn't until like a year and a half ago my daughter saw it in the basement and she goes, "Dad painted that." Oh man, it's fun stuff being a parent, man. It just cracks me up. So yeah, they were totally like, "You lied to me." It was like the Chris Farley coffee SNL skit. No, but they loved it. They would just think like, "Oh my gosh, Tintin mailed us some backpacks for school. And some pencils and a pencil holder." It was craziness. See, I'm gonna try to do some formal kind of mirroring so that I've got, let me just zoom out a little bit so you guys can see it. So that there's a curve there and it goes into a curve there. And this is all stuff that it may go through a bunch of different stages. I have no problem painting things out. Because during the sketch phase, you have to work with a media where you can just keep correcting it. But I want, what Michael is doing with this world is very similar to me anyway, to what Hergé did in Tintin, which is why I wanted him to watch it so much. And it's like, he did this meticulous research to build something that was evergreen. And there's something about The Secret of the Unicorn, Red Rackham's Treasure, and I forget what the other one was. Oh gosh, what was it called? Oh shoot, the one that leads into The Secret of the Unicorn, and that kind of stuff. And I know it may sound like an odd comparison, but it's not just the European style of it. It's the connection to the backgrounds and the meticulous research that went into it that Hergé did that just made him a genius. And I think that Michael's got that ability. The C.S. Lewis book. There you go. Let's see here. Phil started to let me know now without me asking for it. That's right. Yeah, no, not Rin Tintin. Tintin. Yeah, that Tintin film was a disappointment. Yeah, I mean, it was neat for what it was. Like my kids liked it, and it was, yes, thank you, Crab with the Golden Claws. Thank you, Art and Time, Jay Ryan. You're absolutely right. I never cared for Tintin. He reminded me of Ed Grimley, and Ed Grimley creeped me out. Here's the funny thing about it. So let me talk about this real quick. So when I went to India for the first time and saw my cousins there, they were like, "Do you like Tintin?" And I was like, again, Rin Tintin? Like, what are you talking about? And they're like, "No, Tintin." And they were telling me how much they loved that comic book. They loved Tintin and they loved Asterix. And I never, ever got it. And when I watched that documentary, Tintin et Moi, because I wanted to just do research on the evolution of bande dessinée and Franco-Belgium comics, I suddenly realized a couple of things. First of all, and this is going to sound really specific, but you can't enjoy Tintin comics seeing them how they're typically reproduced. You just can't. You have to order or track down the facsimile editions, the hardcover facsimile editions, or else it won't be a good experience. And for those of you guys who are comic book fans out here, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on one quick second. See if I can do this without knocking everything over. I find that highly, highly unlikely. But let's see if we can do this here. Let's see if we can do this, guys. Hang on a second. I want to grab this. That sounded terrible. I apologize. Let me see if I can do this without breaking anything. Let's see. I've got this one and this one. These two will be perfect for what I want to show you guys. All right. Like, again, hopefully I won't kill myself here trying to get back here, but let's see. Alrighty. Oh, there we go. Alright, guys, let me pull my desk back here. Thank God I got this. There we go. So, this is, these are the facsimile editions. And you guys are going to get, oh man, I will die on this hill. Tintin movie was fantastic, but direct entirely the wrong audience. There you go. So, here's what it is. Much like American comics, the original comics used to be printed on this very matte paper that absorbed the colors. And when you absorbed the colors, just like with newsprint, they were colored to not be on shiny, high-gloss paper. Oh, hold on. Let me adjust this light because it's starting to do that ripple thing I hate. There we go. And so it has a completely different look to it, just like the comics, American comics do. And what makes this stuff, if you don't have the facsimile editions, and I never even knew these things existed, you know, it's just crazy, but I want you guys to take a look at, let me see if I can find a page here, the meticulous detail, let it focus, of the ship when you see this reproduced. And it is just unbelievable how this thing comes together. Do you guys know what I mean? And it's, by the time you get to the more serious adventure stuff in these books, look at the genius of this. I mean, look at how beautiful those waves are and the lean on that ship. I mean, this stuff is crazy. I mean, it's all very meticulously researched. He went to a library where they had a model ship that he used for reference. But this is the stuff I like. You know, the ships in combat, and it just doesn't look anything like this when you see it on the gloss paper. It's not how it was meant to be reproduced, and it seems like it's cheaper paper, but it's actually the paper that gives. Look at this action sequence right there. It's the paper that gives it the gravitas, the energy, you know, to it. And when I look at the cars, the bricks, the action of these facsimile editions, I always tell people, drew some of the best cars. They had some of the best referenced cars, the team who worked on this book. But look at this shark submarine. How badass is this shark submarine? I totally want to get a statue of this. And this is the thing for me, right? When I get to see, when people ask me, like, what are the things I'm most, you know, excited about when I see art, besides all kinds of art, it's things like, where is it? See if I can find it. The shark submarine is awesome, but I want to see if I can find, there it is. It's things like a shot like this of Tintin walking underwater and discovering this ship wreckage and the depth of field and perspective in that. It's the shark submarine and what's going on. I mean, these are a lot of panels, but damn, they tell a good story. And it doesn't look this way when you see it reproduced small or when you see it reproduced with gloss on glossy paper. It doesn't have that same, there's them going to Marlinspike Hall or Moulinsart, and it's just a gorgeous amount of shots in terms of how it works. And this is a type of comic when somebody goes, well, does it have a lot of, you know, action or dynamic quality to it? No, but it reads to a worldwide audience, and Tintin is still making millions and millions of dollars. And so there's different ways we can be successful. Is that the one with one of the panels? Yes. Michael, can you tell them in the chat? Can you type that while I what you meant by that? The book that has so Hergé claimed he was only happy with 2 panels he drew. By the way, guys, sorry to geek out a little bit here, but look at that effing ship. How beautiful is that? I mean, I'd love to see him do a King Kong illustration in this style, like Linclair. Now, Hergé's obviously dead, but damn, I mean, the boats in this are sick. But he talked about how there were only 2 panels that he did, and they were very similar. They were in a very similar style that he liked, and those panels, let's see if I can find them, were, I think I just passed it too. And oh yeah, I think it's here. Not there. Not there. Sorry, this stuff is the important stuff. I think it is this panel right there, if I'm not mistaken. And what he liked about it was that it showed, with the 3 things, it showed the journey of the figures. So here's the ship they start out in, here's the boat they came in, and here's the person in the foreground. And he loved, someone was just talking about me teaching comics, this is as close as I can get. And he just talked about how, you know, that there was such a beautiful animated quality to this where you could tell the read. You know, you could just, I mean, God, look at these people standing. This is a tiny panel. Look at these people looking at the distance to the island on this ship. It looks like Peter Jackson's King Kong from 2005. Isn't this awesome? I love comics, man. I love comics and I love art. I don't understand how people can, God bless them, you know, but they enjoy, not enjoy this stuff because it brings so much to my life, man. I love this stuff. Did he trace? They used light boxes, but a lot of it was he had a staff, a team that did this research. But perspective-wise, there's no way. I mean, he had to have pushed some of this stuff. He liked the triangular composition of the panel with the boat coming to shore. There it is. Yep. I love Hergé's work. It was the Spielberg film that I was taking issue. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Sorry, misunderstood you, my friend. Yes, on that, I completely agree. Yeah. But guys, think about this. If someone were to ask me, I feel like I'm about to quote Winston from Ghostbusters, my favorite Ghostbuster. If someone asks you, if you're a god, you say yes. But if someone were to ask me, who is the closest thing we have in Comicsgate to Hergé, and I mean that as an incredibly high compliment, I would say Michael Bancroft. And, you know, Hergé's got a section of a shelf here because I think he is kind of the master of Linclair and mise-en-scene and setting up elements in his compositions to drive the narrative. I like Frank Miller for a completely different reason than I like Hergé or Jeff Darrow or Mobius. Mobius, Hergé, Jeff Darrow are very much in that Linclair style, even though Mobius had a lot of different range. It was very much about the way he set things up. It's a very European thing. And I don't know. I just love that about Michael's work. It's what inspires me about Michael's work. But you know how it is. Yeah. Go get her, Ray! That's right. It could have been better, but for what it was, I appreciate it. More importantly, I use that film as a path to drag my kids kicking and screaming into the originals. You're right. I will tell you what's funny is that my kids, they're having kind of a nostalgia thing. Well, no, here's the thing. Michael, I don't know where your family is, but if they're in Europe anywhere, or if you could just order them from Amazon France, I love the way I said France there. That was the most American pronunciation of France you're going to hear in Comicsgate. I feel comfortable saying that. I don't know if your family's in France. I'm an American. It was very, I guess, France. I can't do it. But order the Tintin facsimile editions. Order the Tintin facsimile editions. You will view that book completely differently when you see them on the paper. It's like getting my copy of Hulk 340 printed on Pulp. It's such a different comic book when it's printed on Pulp. I mean, it's just the same thing with Punisher Limited Series. All of the books that had a huge impact on me. Even Grips, even looking at Tim Vigil's Grips printed on newsprint, it just did something different with the color. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Micra, long time no see. How are you doing? It is great to see you. How are you? Anthony Gonzalez Clark, it's great to see you. What up, Shanth Enjeti Hart and Hail Chat? Hail to you, and what's up with you guys? It's terrific to see you guys. I've watched the film a few times. I wish it had been a 12-part serial. I think it would have allowed the material to breathe. There you go. I have to say, honestly, I showed my kids the two old 2D cartoons, and I couldn't help but think how beautifully his stuff translates into animation. And if I could say one thing that I hope we can all agree on, is that did everybody who's seen the Tintin Steven Spielberg film, did you guys enjoy the opening titles? Because I thought the opening titles were beautiful in that film. I would have loved to see a whole film done in the opening titles like style. I thought it was gorgeous. I didn't think it was that funny way to say France. I pronounced it France. There you go. See? Sometimes you have to just be happy with what you get. Yeah, I know that's where I'm at, man. At Shanth Enjeti, are you familiar with Eve's, is it Challen? Clearly not. I'm sorry. It was his work that introduced me to Airshade. Fantastic. I think I am. I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, hey, Micra. Hey, Shanth. I've been around but busy. Hey, listen, as long as you're doing well and everything's good in your life, I am glad to have you here, and you always do what you guys got to do, and make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Sark, it's great to see you, Sark. Long time no see. How are you doing? Greetings to you, too. I've never read the book, so I liked the movie. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, happy birthday, my Doge. As I said earlier, I will die on this hill. That film was fantastic and completely promoted and presented to the wrong audience. Well, I have the Blu-ray and I own it, and my kids and I watched it like crazy. And I get why some people don't like it. I think that my connection to that movie is very similar to the first Narnia film. The first Narnia film was the first movie I saw when my wife and I went out on a date without the kids. They were newborns, like literally they were 6 months old. It was our first time leaving the house and leaving them with their grandparents and my father-in-law, God rest him. And that movie, when they put the kids on the train, I felt the full weight of being a parent for the first time. And it just hit me. And so when I showed that movie to my kids, it was a very special movie because it came out the year they were born. And getting them into Tintin, and then that movie happening to come out and them seeing it, it was just a family experience. And you know that's how it is. Yes, Kennedy worked on Aeon Flux. Oh, that is awesome. I loved Aeon Flux. Tell Eric I said well done and awesome. Much love, man. I love that stuff. You know, it's Aeon Flux was such a very cool animation because it was anime meets Egon Schiele's stuff. And Egon Schiele, who was influenced by Gustav Klimt, had this just very quirky, raw kind of contorted way of drawing the figure. And Peter Chung really tried to capture that with some of the animation. I thought it was great. Thanks for clearing that up, Eric. I can sleep easy now. That's right, man. That's how it is. You know? Yeah, I know. Awesome one. It was legit. That was what it was. It's crazy. Corey's new book gives me a lot of Liquid Television Aeon vibes. Very cool. Yeah. Or upcoming book, I guess. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, guys. It's you guys know me, man, and it's like I feel like I'm like, you know, Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jerry Maguire. I'm all heart, motherfucker. But it is my back has been good, and that's been another thing that I've been needing to, you know, do for the last like week or two, is just kind of get myself back in gear there. But it's an emotional thing to be putting this book together, and it was not. I don't know what I'm gonna say or whatever put in the intro to the book, but there's so much that has been a part of this. It's made it a huge moment in my life to be doing this, and I know I say it as much as I can, but it never feels like it's enough. But you guys and your support has been just such an incredible. I could have never expected it to be what it has been, but I am so grateful, man. You know, that's just the way it is. Where did that come from? My phone just got a text, and I was like, Where'd it come from? Gave somebody a text about a movie he just watched, man. But no, I mean, it's an incredible thing, and for us to be able to share in the making of the book, but also share in the making of all of this artwork, has been cool. I mean, John Malin was kind enough to say he gave me the green light, to work on the piece I did for the Visions book that's going to be coming out with Godlike of Lascivia, the female one of the female baddie from Nosfero, and I've worked on another piece from Malin's book that you guys haven't seen, and then just working on the Beckoned cover and showing you guys that whole process. I hope that there are some young artists coming up in Comicsgate, or some folks who just are connoisseurs of art, like so many of you guys in the chat who are gonna be able to watch those videos and enjoy them. Do you know what I mean? Let me see here. Sark said Aeon Flux was amazing. Chung's Knights, I get what you mean, of the Roundtable show after that was good as well. I remember that. Oh my god, I'd completely forgotten about that, Sark. Oh my god, that's crazy. Never saw the anime, but I'll take Charlize Theron and Tight Leather any day, even if the movie was lackluster. I feel you, man. That's right, I thought Shanth was eschewing. Is that right? No more eschew, Shanth. I know. Huge. That's right. Huge. Lots of love for Huge in the chat. I used to watch Aeon Flux back in the day. I dug it. The live action movie, however, was not good. There you go, KSSS. Let's see here. I know we say this a lot, but this time it's true. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's right. Yes, John Malin's Godlike the Romulus Saga exclusive variants on Indiegogo at Godlike the Romulus Saga. Yeah, guys, check it out. I got to start playing a trailer for that. And yes, the Private American is closing soon, guys, or closing tonight. Check it out, guys. Mike Barron, who wrote some of my favorite Punisher stories, the ones with Micro and Conchita, which were just such great characters and heartbreaking stuff. But I mean, Punisher, I think it was Punisher issue 17, was one of the first Punisher books I bought when it came out in the store, written by Mike Barron. So yeah, just a legend, absolute legend. So love the stuff that he does. So yeah, so some of the little tricks too you guys will see me do when I'm painting, for those of you guys who are curious, is I'll get to something like this. Apparently it was based on Alexander the Great. Oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, oh yeah, that was a really beautiful, cool show. I was excited to see that show, but I don't know why I lost track of it. I remember watching some of it, but that was before I was, DVDs and Blu-rays. But having even this white cloak right there have, a nice shadow in it, so that when the time comes, I can frame that hand right there. It's like everything is. I would say, think of your value hierarchy like you think of stairs, and it's like, and there's like a light side. The bottom of the stairs light, the back of the stairs black. So it's like light, dark, light, dark. All you're trying to do with your value is set up that rhythm. So if I've got a shadow on this side, I need a light over there. And if I need to have something come up against the light edge, it doesn't have to be absolutely contrasty, but it needs to be contrasty enough to where it stands out from the background. So that's the key. If you look at all the stuff I'm doing, it's light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. Like everywhere you go, you're setting up that value rhythm. And you start to do it as a reflex the more that you practice painting and the more that you do this stuff. And that for me is everything. The only thing I like that Mike Barron is guilty of is being a patriot. Amen. That's totally true. Can you imagine Alex Raymond, Hal Foster, and Philip Nolan not pushing their comic strips to every possible avenue of revenue they could if they had full control of those properties? No, I can't. It's amazing. I can't. Comicsgate is blessed to have Mike Barron, Richard Bonk, and Chuck Dixon. You're absolutely right, guys. Absolutely right. I just looked it up. Apparently, it was based on Alexander the Great. Good, I caught up with that. Yes, guys. Yeah, we're incredibly lucky, man. I think that having artists and creators around us, and having artist brothers and creative brothers and sisters, for that matter, with Rini, is a great thing, because this is a very art is a very, an illustration is often a very isolating pursuit, because you just have to sit at your desk And if you're really getting work done, even if you're in a studio place, and I interned at a comic book studio one summer, you can't really be interacting that much because you got to be working. You know, you can't get the work done at a decent pace and a decent clip if you're not just constantly at it. And what this allows us to do in many ways is either talk while we work because we're at our desks but the camera's right in front of us, or just watch streams of people working to relax. And I think for the fans and for our backers, it is an up close and personal look at the process. Like when people talk about, well, you know, I heard that Frank Frazetta did this, or I heard that, you know, Mobius did this. You guys are seeing it actually happen. There will be no questions about what we're doing here. You guys are seeing almost all of it, except for the writing, you know. Let me see here. Laid down too many talents in Comicsgate to enumerate. Yeah, you're absolutely right. To enumerate justly. Yeah, I mean, guys, and people doing some of their best work. I really hope that at some point I can get some high-resolution photos from John Malin of the Dale Keown cover, just so I could see the layers of pencils and inks and all of that great stuff. We have an embarrassment of riches here. And I agree with something Ethan said when he was on Eric July's stream, which is we obviously want to always be making as much as we can make, but we really are in need of it's not about more comics because there's so much crap out there. It's about better comics. We need to be making as many great comics as we can, and entertaining comics. And I guess that was the thing about Hergé and Osamu Tezuka that I kind of love, which is Osamu Tezuka was cranking the stuff out and making some really great comics. Hergé was taking, you know, a couple years or a year between books, depending on, sometimes more, sometimes just 5 or 6 years. But he was making things that we're still talking about today and characters that are still affecting people. There is no right or wrong way to do, you know, the stuff that you do. It just has to be excellent. It's either it's just excellence that we're going for, you know. And it's like it's weird when I'm looking at something like this. I'm thinking about where I need to get the density into this in terms of the narrative structure. And it's a very weird process because right now, as I look at this painting, as I look at this page, I look at it and I just think, now it's holding itself. Like it's locking together. I've got this really nice diamond coming together right there in the center where their hands are touching and where there's this water right here in between those two worlds. And I just think that the poetry of this and what Michael's doing is so it's so inspiring, and it's so visually crazy, you know. Shanth and Kelsey art stream when? Yeah, someone said Kelsey mentioned that. He's got my number. He's called me before, so he can tell Kelsey next time he's doing a stream. Yeah, let him know, man. Say, yeah, Kelsey, hit Shanth up, man. You know, just hit Shanth up, and if he wants to do it, I'll do it. I'll be there. You know, because we've talked on the phone before, and he's we've texted back and forth, you know, before. You know, it is what it is, man. You know, it's like we're both Gaijin Studios alums, so we both were at that studio in Atlanta. I was there as an intern. He was there as a studio member after I was there as an intern. So he was a little bit after me being there, and we've talked about that. We talked about, you know, just some of the things that we learned about color theory and design. And so, yeah, it's crazy. It's a small world, guys, and it's a great one. It's great when it's a small world and you're surrounded by people who are cool, like everybody here, man. I love it. It's a good thing, you know. But I've been, you know me, I'm always doing everything I can, as many places as I can. I created 2 show introductions for Jericho Green to help with his show. He does a show with a guy called Stop the Effery, is the title of it. And I was creating an intro for him. I never stop working. Like, I never stop working. That's the way it is. Yeah, Kelsey's morning streams have been great. Yeah, I've been hearing that from people. And yeah, you guys are great, man. You guys love watching people be creative and make art, man. I'm lettering and formatting the pages of Chuck Dixon's My Sister Suprema. So prepare for some excellence. I am prepared, Anthony Gonzalez Clark. I am prepared. Yeah, Kelsey is such a genuine dude. Love that guy. No homo. Hey, listen. Love is love, man. That needs to happen, says John. Yeah. Blazing a path to better comics and content. Amen. Yeah, guys, I mean, I don't think that we're... I don't think the audience is difficult to please. I think they're... particularly when you build up goodwill over time, I think that people have had to work very hard at the Walt Disney Company, these horrendous people running it, to alienate the goodwill of generations for that company. And I really do think that when people talk about, hey, what was it like? What did people make of you being an artist when you were growing up in Tennessee? People loved it. People would come up all the time and go, did you draw that? Oh man, I can't even draw a straight line. You know, all the usual things, but they just wanted to talk to you about art. It's one of those things that instantly connects people. You know, that's what I love about, that's why Hollywood is screwing up so much. It's when we see movies together. I've been watching, I watched Fistful of Dollars the other day because I just ordered the Blu-rays. We're going to be doing Westerns on Double Impact. I just watched yesterday for a few dollars more. I mean, just incredible, man. Just incredible actors, incredible scenes, beautiful storytelling. We're not that hard to please as people think we are. I want to see Shanth and Richard Friend do a stream together. That would be a blast. And Art and Geek Out. I watch his streams sometimes. I watched when Sarah Frazetta, Kelsey, and him were talking about Frazetta's work. I'd love to do that, man. I'd love to do that. Richard Friend's a good dude. Love that dude. I was there when Jericho texted about the intro. Yeah, guys. Yeah. Let me see here something real quick. I don't know if I can do this and make this work. So we're gonna see how this goes. Hold on one quick second here. I wonder if there's a way to do this. Let's see. Choose the file. Let me see here. Open. Okay, hold on. Pause this. Now, I don't know if you guys, let me see how I'm going to do this here. Can I move this out of frame? I'm just going to move me out of frame here for a second and move my art out of frame. Oh, this is what I do when I'm working, guys. I don't know if you'll hear the audio, but here you go. Nope, you can't hear the audio. Hang on, it's muted. Mute here. I'm going to rewind it. This is what I made for Jericho. And so that is what we do. You know, that is the fun part of what we do. So let me see if I can get this to come back together. I'm going to have to go up here to the main. Let's go here. There we go. We're back. But that's the kind of stuff that I do to kind of make things better, because when people come into this space, Eric July says it all the time, it is not enough for us to be an alternative. We have to compete, and that is the joy. Right? That is the joy. And when I'm video editing, making animation, thank you so much, John. I appreciate that. And it's how do we make stuff that's going to inspire people to come in and watch streams and go, oh, there's sane people out here who are making good stuff and laughing and having a good time. And so when my friends hit me up, if I have the opportunity, what is it? If you've got what is it? If you've got the crime, what the Bloodhound Gang say? If you've got the crime, they've got the time. They're the Bloodhound Gang. That's kind of how it was for all you Electric Company fans out there who remember that. But it's just, to me that's, and all this stuff is temporary. I'm just playing with forms and massive stuff there. But I want us to be, how do I put it? I want us to really open up what comics are in the States and what the quality can be, because it is not for lack of great work for us to look back on. We have great stuff. Yeah, it was just an intro for another show. Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. That is what I do. It's like, you guys know this. If you watch the Comicsgate Kings intro, which I'm going to try to refresh at some point this week, I want to get Rainey in there, all sorts of stuff. Let's see here. Nina's game crashed, and now Shanth crashed at the same time. Oh, did I crash? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's 3, 2, 1 contact. Yeah, you're right. 3, 2, 1 contact. That's what it was. Holy shit, you just took me back, man. Time warp. Oh my god, yes. Holy crap. I just heard that theme song in my head. Oh, man. What a trip. What a trip. Oh my lord. Yeah, that is wild, man. That is wild. Yeah. I will tell you what, I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, LS30 Eiffel Tower, that's exactly what the problem is. Because what I want to do is, I want to have an arc there that mirrors the arc of the window right there. It's not a rule, like it doesn't have to be that way, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I may be doing some stuff here with kind of the, because there's this kind of kinetic quality to a lot of the stuff that Michael does I really like, which is I want to play around with things breaking up a little bit right there. I mean, if you've seen my Beckoned Recourse, guys, yeah, go check out Beckoned Recourse and back it if you have not yet. My Beckoned Recourse cover was kind of the start of a particular way of me thinking about how I could paint stuff for other people. And, whatever opportunities, crystallize or come my way, I'm always looking at a new way of doing it. And I don't know if it's going to work out for him in terms of, or work out for us in terms of time or feasibility or where the resources are. But I did talk to RAZÖRFIST about the possibility. Nothing is even remotely carved in stone. But about doing something for his book, doing some painting or something for that. But I don't know if that's going to come together or what, how that's going to work out. But it's just, these are the kinds of conversations that we have, with fellow creators. And, and I have to think about, if I get to that point, where if that was ever a done deal, that's when I would start the sketch process and the serious, thinking of that stuff. Because it's like, we've talked a lot about, with each other about each other's work and things like that. So there's always that mutual respect that you have with creators, Yeah, 3, 2, 1 contact is absolutely the trippiest intro ever. You're not kidding, man. Yeah, at least she's isn't playing Conan nonstop. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's true. Yeah, what a blessing to maybe get to work with RAZÖRFIST. Yeah, again, it's a loose discussion. It was just like it was very flattering though, very flattering. I told him this when we first started messaging. I said it's really great to, just be able to have the occasional conversation with a kindred spirit about stuff, and we've had just nice back and forths of sharing things. Like if I'm doing a painting of one of his characters, and I say, hey, I was like, hey man, do you have a sketch of the mask of the character in the desert in Death Mask? He sends me his sketches, man. And it just helps me when I'm doing paintings and things for fun. But that's the fun of the Iron Age. That's the fun of this space. We do things like that. We just have these back and forths. It's cool. It's very real, man. It's very real. Hyper Wizard should take after Razor's cartoonist friend who is making bank now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, amen to that, man. Making bank is quite important. Every time we watched 3, 2, 1 Contact in school, when they sang "Let's Make Contact," there was always some smartass who followed up with "Body Contact." That was me. Hell yeah, man. Iron Age metal. Absolutely right, man. Iron sharpens iron, and hail to the coach, and hail to RAZÖRFIST, man. Those guys are doing it. I ordered the hardcover signed of RAZÖRFIST's book. The link is in the description. I'm going to be burning that trailer on my channel just because I like what RAZÖRFIST is doing, and it's the same thing with Eric July. I do hope at some point, between Gabe and Eric Weathers, it's like two of my artist brothers are working for Eric July right now. I love what his attitude. I love what he's doing there, and I definitely want to at some point do a painting for him. I don't know what it would be, and I don't know if that fits his. I don't know if that fits the stylistic of the world he's creating, but I would love it. It would be fun. PBS in school. I watched that stuff at home. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Yeah, I want to work on indie stuff. I want to get paid. Obviously the money's got to work, But I want to be working on indie stuff. That's what I would rather be doing. Because you know, how much time do you have as an artist where you're, you know, at the top of your skill? You spend decades getting to this point where you can do this stuff, and you know, you don't want to waste a single painting on something that you're not passionate about, you know, and something that's not important. And I'm like I said, I mean, Michael and I have been talking about me doing something. I mean, he's bought two sketches. When we did the ARO head sketch auction, him and Mel bought that, and then I sent him a little Ella painting as well. So he owns 2 originals of mine. And but we've been talking about like a true, according to Hoyle, you know, Lucent piece for some time, and I knew it had to be something special. Do you guys see what's happening right there with the staircase and that kind of disintegration right there? That for me is the thing that that is so fun about it. You know, that's what's so fun about it. Let me see here. PBS in school. RAZÖRFIST is so incisive. Yes, so much to appreciate his voice during these times. Yeah, absolutely. What's been Gabe up to? I haven't seen him in ages. Oh, drawn like a demon. Then again, I've only spotted making. I've been spotty making streams. Yeah, we're doing Double Impact with Jericho every Wednesday. We took this last Wednesday off, our first one in maybe over a year. And we're going to be talking about, oh my God, I'm that tired. Dirty Harry. So we're doing Clint Eastwood right now. Not literally, figuratively. And he's working away on, there's so much stuff he's working on that I can't talk about. Which is to say upcoming projects. But yeah, he's definitely working on Beef Law and developing that, and just lots of crazy stuff, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Gabe popped up in Narwhal or Shanth stream a week or so ago. Yeah, I think it was Narwhal stream. But yeah, it's, guys, we're so excited by the possibilities of what we're doing here. You know, these are great times. You know, these are great times. I after Reenie's stream, I think I went to bed at 5. I got off of Reenie's stream, and I was on Ethan's stream, then went over to Reenie's stream, and I was just so amped about art. I had to basically go and do dishes in the kitchen, you know, at 5 in the morning because I needed to do something to chill out. And I was painting, and I was doing some like light animation and just trying to figure this whole thing out. I want you guys to just feel so pumped and so inspired and so excited whenever we're doing this stuff. You know, I want you guys to just be like, oh, what do I feel like watching? What streams have I missed? It was so cool because I said to Michael, I'm like, oh, dude, you got to check out this Tintin documentary. And he's like, I'm watching Kelsey's stream from this morning, but as soon as I'm done, I'm going to check that out. And I thought, what a cool world we're living in. You know, what a cool world where things that we thought were impossible become possible. You know, a big influence on the animation stuff I'm doing was a movie that just sort of hit me like a ton of bricks when I was a kid, which is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And seeing that kind of old school animation, that's what really introduced me to Betty Boop, what introduced me to those great opening cartoon titles and seeing them on the big screen and not on television. That was the stuff that really blew my mind. So I'm really trying to make sure I'm bringing to all of the stuff that I'm doing that kind of that beauty and that quality, and that's what's so fun, man. Narwhal has been interviewing some great non-CG artists lately. Very interesting. Yeah, Narwhal is my Nosfero bro. When people ask me who are the artists whose work inspires me in terms of what I'm doing, it's not always the people you would think, that stuff that like looks like mine. It's Narwhal and Michael Bancroft have definitely been the 2 big ones because they think in a way that is just very complementary to how I think. It's not how I think, but it's different in a way that I find incredibly invigorating and incredibly exciting. I don't like looking at stuff that looks exactly or even close to my stuff. I like looking at stuff that's and being around people that do things that I can't do, because I think that's more interesting. Like, I like filmmakers, I like animators, I like all of that kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Reenie pulled last night's stream before I could finish watching. Yeah, you know, it's like everybody's trying to dodge the Google, you know, YouTube nonsense. You know what I mean? The scene where the judge dips the poor shoe was trying. Yeah, that was some rough stuff, man. But I love the kind of I love the kind of zaniness and figuring out how to have figuring out how to have the character that I did, the goofy total parody of all those black and white cartoon characters, Mugsy Rats, Mugs, was really fun, where he's striking the match and lighting his cigar, because you can't do that stuff anymore, or they won't do that stuff anymore, where animated characters smoke cigars and, you know, things are risque like they were pre-code, and that's the stuff I want to try to do. You know, that's the stuff that's fun for me at any rate. And so, yeah, I'm going to definitely be doing a lot more of this stuff, you know, and just kind of getting myself back on to probably an awful sleep schedule, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I said to my wife the other day, I said, it's not like having a great, you know, a normal sleep schedule, you know, changes that much else, you know, but it's, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's how it works. It has just been, and it's so great to be back. It has been an absolutely insane amount of weeks. I think the biggest thing for me was that I was been burning the candle at both ends and strained my back and everything like that. I was like, God, I need a break. You know, to kind of just like get myself on track. He had the Disney animator creator from old DuckTales comics and some of the pre-woke cartoons. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. The scene where, guys, there is so much stuff. Like, I remember Baby Herman swearing, and I remember the old Merry Melodies Looney Tunes, how great those were. Loved that stuff. You know, that's the stuff that I want to start playing around with. And it's not about doing, this maybe speaks to it a little bit more. It's not about making the greatest animation ever made. It's about making really cool things that people have forgotten that you can actually do in animation, and maybe inspiring somebody. Like, think about, we've got dying days of YouTube. We've got so many amazing animators and creators out there. Let's get inspired. Let's get inspired about doing entertainment. Like, they can't stop us from doing this stuff. They can't put the genie back in the bottle when it comes to, you know, what we do, when it comes to streaming, putting content out there. So we just need to raise the game and just keep kicking ass. That's really what it comes down to. Let's see here. It's like going out to eat. Do you want what you can make at home or something more inspiring? Same with art. Absolutely right, I suppose. You're so right. Glad you're back, Shanth. Yes, listen to your body. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, guys, I've been definitely working on it. And speaking of, guys, it's 2:50 in the morning here, so I've got to start wrapping things up. Thank you guys for being here for this stream, this back in the saddle again, but don't call it a comeback. We're working on the Lucent. We're going to be working on a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm going to continue to be doing the animation stuff. And I want to say this. Thank you, channel members, for your continued support. Thank you guys for the super chats this stream. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me and my family. That's how we're able to do this stuff. I'm wishing you guys all a really good night. Let me see who's here in the chat. Indeed, yes. Peace, awesome one. Right on. Night, Shanth. Later chat. Indeed. Bow, says John. Bow to you, my friend. Let's see here. Have a good night, Shanth. Absolutely, Shipper Militia. Thank you for your support. Jeremy Burtz, thank you for your being a channel member. Both of you guys are great. Thank you, Sark. Cheers to you. Good to see you again. Absolutely. Waffle Lodge forever, says John. Amen. God bless you. Let's see here. Later all says Art and Times with Jay Ryan. Late. Yes, absolutely. Anthony Gonzalez Clark. It is great to see you here, my friends. I appreciate you guys so much. And as I always say, thank you, Metal Movies and Brewskis. Very inspiring to have you guys here. Honest to God, it's something I'm very thankful for every single time I stream, and it's so great to have you guys here with us. And thank you, Antoine Dennison. Cheers to you, my friend. And yeah, guys, as I always say on these streams, you know, you guys are awesome. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Peace, because that's my name. Speak easy and stay gold, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you guys are. Much love, take care, and yes, indeed, see you, John, and I will see you guys soon. And so let me play out the channel member credits, and thank you guys for being here, and yeah, take care, guys. Much love.